So Diane, if you wouldn't mind sharing where you're at, because I'd just like to know how to pitch the Zoom call if we're talking to brand new people or people that have been doing this for a while.
Uh, your mic is off, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, if you're talking to me, you're on mute. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. Hi.
All right. Hi, everybody. I've been a month. I'm a brand partner,
Okay.
and I'm just doing for now a cash business, trying to get people into the business as well.
Okay.
And that's about it. But I've been using the patches myself, and I must say it's doing me great. But
Awesome.
X39 only, though.
That's okay.
So yeah,
That's totally fine.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Cool. Awesome.
yeah. That's all I have for you.
Okay, no, that's fine. So I know where to get started. And then as we go along, you can just let me know what questions you have. So
All
welcome,
right.
welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, then. Thank you.
Hi, Kurt. Welcome, welcome.
Hi there. Thanks, Jenny. Thank you so much.
So are you brand new or have you been in for a while? Have you already started
No,
talking to people?
I'm,
Where are you
I'm,
at?
I'm brand new. This is my first meeting that I'm attending with you guys, first weekly meeting. So
Yeah,
I signed up as a brand partner and
yeah.
I've been using the patches since the 1st of October.
Okay.
And I must say these patches are absolutely amazing. They're absolutely mind-blowing.
I
You know,
used
the
to be.
differences and the improvements in my health, you know, that it's made thus far. I never thought was actually possible. So now I'm eternally grateful, and you know, I'm really, really excited. Hopefully after tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'll be able to start kicking off, you know, my business at the moment. So
Okay.
it all depends on how an interview goes tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome. Are you friends with Malika? She's putting lots of hearts
Yes,
up. So I think
yes, she
she
brought me
kind of
on.
likes what you have
Very.
to say. Bit of a clue. Cool. Okay, well, we're very excited to have you. And okay, let's rock and roll. So welcome
Thank you.
everybody to training and orientation. There's no really fixed format to this call. It's pretty much we follow the questions and see what's coming up for people. So I'd like to start off on the product side on X39. Obviously, everybody knows X39 is our flagship product. This is the one that we talk to people the most about. And I think I saw some stats the other day. It makes up, I think it's 86% of the revenue for Lifewave, which is a huge amount of revenue because Lifewave is already on track to going to about over $600 million this year. So there must be something that's working because that's quite a lot of turnover. I mean, can you imagine converting that into rands? I don't know if we have enough zeros on our calculators. Anyway, so things to know about X39. You obviously know where to patch because when you receive your sleeve of patches, it comes with a little booklet and it tells you either put it on the bottom of your neck or 2 fingers below your belly button. So that's actually extra tips. 2 fingers below your belly button is where you put the Lifewave patch. And if you're patching on your neck, if you bend your neck down, there's like a bone that protrudes, and you put your patch there by that bone. What else can I tell you about X39? Oh, what I do for fun. I don't know if you guys know how to muscle test. So there's one way to do it. You can actually muscle test with your arm. And then if it's weak, that means no. And if it's strong, that means yes. So you could muscle test and ask your body, do you want the patch on the neck? And if it's strong, that is a yes. And if it's weak, it's a no. I actually use my body as a pendulum. So I stand up with my feet together and then I hold the patch in front of me and I say, okay, body, do you want this on belly button? And if it goes forward, it's a yes. And if it goes backwards, a no. And that's how I know where to patch every day. So I actually ask my body where it would like the patch. So that's a fun thing to play with. And then when you're patching, please make sure you're drinking enough water. Our bodies are something like 80 or 90% made of water. Well, the communication goes via the frequency of water around your body. So it stands to reason that when you're working with light and with natural things and frequencies within your body, that you increase your water intake. Hydration is very important. If you sip water every 15 minutes, then that contributes to hydration better than drinking like a big, whole glass of water and then not drinking for another 2 or 3 hours and then drinking another one, because you'll have frequent visits to the bathroom, which is maybe not a bad thing because then you get some extra exercise and it makes sure you don't sit on your back butt for too long. But I would suggest that you actually sip throughout the day to stay hydrated and to increase and also to add electrolytes. So you can do the natural route. If you Google, there's natural ways of putting electrolytes in your body, which involves Celtic salt is great. I think lemon and honey and something else, I can't remember. But you can make your own electrolytes. You don't have to buy electrolytes. And if you do purchase electrolytes, please use the natural ones and go for ones that don't have sugar added. So that's with the X39. Also, your minimum protocol is to be on X39 for at least 3 months to start receiving the effects and noticing the changes. Now, if Kurt's he started the 1st of October already noticing changes in his body, amazing, we're very excited. But not everybody experiences so many changes right up front. Sometimes people's, the bodies has its own innate wisdom. So the stem cells go to where it's priority, where the priority healing is required. And it might not be somewhere where you're experiencing symptoms. So if you're hoping for your hair to change from gray back to its original color, that might not happen, first of all, because the patches might be going, no, we'll deal with the hair later. We're going to go and take care of your kidneys or your heart or your skin or something like that. So know that your body has a consciousness. It has an innate wisdom. If you think about it, you don't have to tell your body's heart to pump. You don't have to tell your lungs to breathe in oxygen. Everything is that the body actually does it. It knows what to do. So please start getting in touch and in tune with your body and start to trust your body. It's actually pretty fun because your body is actually an amazing companion for you to help you know when things are off, when, you're perhaps not exercising enough, eating the wrong food. Your body lets you know. There's one way, like I have this thing with my body. It lets me know when it doesn't want to drink something. If I'm drinking wine, I know when to stop drinking wine because it starts tasting like vinegar. It tastes off. That's my body's way of telling me, okay, we had enough now. So start playing with your body, get in tune with your body, and notice different things with your body, because basically, have a fit, healthy body in this lifetime will contribute to the quality of your life. It will contribute to your life experiences, and it contributes to your consciousness. As you start accessing your consciousness and becoming more present and aware, your body is part of that journey with you. And also consider this. Every morning when you wake up, who's with you? It's your body. Your body's never left you. It never said, no, I'm going to ditch you and not be here in the morning. You know what I mean? It's been there every morning when you've woken up. So pretty much your body's been with you since you, a little twinkle, you've had a body, or, the starts of a body. So what if you recognize your body could be your best friend? So what if we now really take care of it and look after it so that we can have the most amazing experiences in this lifetime? So that's my 2 cents worth on X39. Oh, so the minimum protocol is 3 months before you start noticing effects. Some people notice it quicker. And then the maximum, to get the maximum effects and results is 6 to 9 months, depending on your age. So when you're talking to people, so know this first of all for yourself, that you are going to be wearing X39 every day for a minimum of 9 months to start noticing the maximum results. And when you're talking to people about X39, please tell them that, because often they think, oh, they're going to just try it for a month, or they'll try for 2 weeks and see if, their carpal tunnel changes, or their gout goes away, or, they get amazing results. And then they go, oh, no, it didn't work after 2 weeks. please let people know that they've got to be at least 3 to 9 months before they notice things. Unless you're like Kurt, who has, great results right up front. How does it get better? I must be honest, actually, I had results within 2 weeks. But I was using X39 and SP6 to balance my hormones, and I had results in 2 weeks that my hot flushes reduced drastically. So any questions on X39 and its application or anything like that? Anything you'd like to know? Cool. In the WhatsApp groups, if you go into the description of the LW 2.0 abundance group, there are 3 links for training material and information where you can go and get testimonies, information on X39. We post extra things into the group from time to time. And obviously there's a lot of resources in your back office on the Lifewave website. Okay, so if you don't have any more questions around X39, then I'll move on to X49. X49 is a supplementary patch. So all the other patches are known as supplementary patches, and they basically supplement the X39. So if anybody wants to start with patching, we always suggest start with X39. That's the best place to start. And then the other patches are X49 works with a cardiovascular system. We have Aeon. Oh, what I love about X49 too is it has this like energetic cage that helps protect you from electromagnetic frequency. And what I noticed when I was using it is I noticed that I didn't have, like I used to get laptop fatigue, in the afternoons when you're going, okay, I can't deal with the laptop anymore, I'm kind of done. And you have to like go and take a break. And I'm not saying don't take a break. Please take a break. It's not about not taking breaks, but I noticed that I didn't have that laptop fatigue anymore. And also this is my personal observation, that electromagnetic frequencies are coming off our bodies all the time. So if you ever study, if you read up from the Heart Math Institute, they let you know that you're actually emitting a frequency from your heart. Now, when people are emitting these frequencies, we are like receivers and we're picking up that energy, that frequency. We're like aware of it. We might not be cognitively aware of it, but because we're energetic beings, we are picking that frequency up too. So now if somebody's like in a really bad mood or very depressed or whatever, you're going to pick up on that frequency and you might not realize, oh, that actually is not my frequency. It's someone else's frequency, because we're not taught that actually that could be a thing. So what I've noticed with X49 is that actually I've noticed that I'm not that tired when I'm around people anymore. So it's like kind of creating this like barrier from all these EMFs. So it protects from people. It's funny. Don't tell anybody I said that. It takes you from, we're in a people business, remember? So like we have to we got to talk to people, but it helps you when you're around a lot of people, and it helps you with the radiation and things off your laptops and cell phones and stuff. Okay, so that's X49. And then obviously it helps with cardiovascular and bone strength as well. So just like the supplementary patches have a whole lot of lists of what it helps with. The Aeon patch is the happy patch, helps with anxiety, also helps with inflammation. It's brilliant with inflammation. I patched someone the other day. She had a frozen shoulder and she couldn't lift her arm up very high. And I put the patch on. She said to me, that's where it's the most sore. I put the Aeon patch on there, which is not the pain patch, by the way. It's the inflammation patch. And within 10 seconds, she was able to do this with her arm. It was amazing. So that's the Aeon patch. Then the glutathione patch works with detoxing and boosting immune system. And then the Icewave helps with pain. The carnosine works with brain function. And I'm giving you a very brief summary because there's a lot more to it. So please go and read up about them. There's Alavida that works with skin. There is, what have I missed? Energy enhancer. So if your performance or you're recovering from an illness or from an operation or something and you have low energy levels, energy enhancer is great for that. And that is actually how Lifewave became famous back in the day when David Schmidt two very fabulous founders, different company. When David invented the first patch, it was called Energy Enhancer, and he developed it for the Navy SEALs, because the Navy SEALs need to perform and stay awake for a long period of time. And he found a way to harness the body's energy so that the body could work on its own energy and stay awake for longer and perform longer. And then they started using it with an Olympic team. I think it was a swimming team. And now lots of sports people use the energy enhancer when they need to do high performance training or competition. And the beauty of the energy enhancer is because there's no chemicals and no drugs going into the body, they pass drug tests, because there's nothing going into the body. It's just enhancing the body's natural way of functioning and elevating that. And then there's silent nights for the people that have trouble sleeping. I need to relax some more. And I'm trying to think if I've missed out any. Anyway, Lifewave website, lots of information about the products on there. And those are supplementary patches that you can add on later. Remember, always start with X39. Then, what else can I tell you about products? I think that's it. There's lots of testimonials. I never know whether you're supposed to say testimonies or testimonials. I think testimonials. If there's an English professor online, please let me know. So there's we'll repost into the WhatsApp groups. There's links where there's 3 places to go for testimonials. There's 2 YouTube channels and a Telegram channel. On the Telegram channel, if you click on the very top, it'll give you a drop down, and then they've categorized all the different conditions with bodies, and then they've put all the testimonials that relate to those conditions. They're very easy to go find testimonials, which you can use when you're chatting to friends and family or colleagues, and you want to send them a testimonial about something that's going on with their body. So that's available for you. Any questions on products? Okay. So now we're going to move into what do you do if you want to create a business. So there's 2 sides to Lifewave, right? There's the health, your personal health, and what products to use for yourself and what's available. Okay, well, I'll do that in the business side. So then in the on the business side is what do you do if you want to create a business with Lifewave? Now, to give you some perspective on the business model, if you are employed, you are required to work Monday to Friday. Usually, you receive a salary for it. You get 3 weeks leave a year. And the prospects for increasing your income as a full-time employee are a little limited, because it's usually just an inflationary increase, or if you get promoted, you'll get an increase for the promotion, but that's pretty much your income's pretty set. Now, if that's okay for you, that's fine. But if you would like to add an additional income, this is an amazing business that you can have, that you can do outside of working hours. Obviously, it's not cool to do this during working hours. Your boss might be a bit upset with you, so don't do that unless you want to get fired. I mean, it's a great way to get fired. But an add-on as an additional income, because you can do this in your spare time. You really, if you just talk to between 2 and 5 people a day about Lifewave, you are on track to creating a good, substantial business. So there's that. Then so I was employed for a long time, and then I decided to become self-employed 7 years ago, which I did. Very happy I did. No regrets. However, there are challenges to being self-employed. If you don't show up, you don't get paid. If you go on holiday, your expenses increase, your income reduces. There's overheads. You've got, like, for me, it depends on what type of business you have. You either have to rent office space and you need equipment and phones and Wi-Fi and that kind of stuff. The way my business was structured, I also had to travel. So I had flights, venue hire, printing costs, all kinds of overheads. And most of those overheads I had to take care of before I actually did the business, which is teach classes, because people only paid for their class right before the class happened. So I always had to, like, fund the class up front and then receive the income afterwards. So it started to get a little bit challenging. There were some things that changed in that whole scenario. So there's that. If you're self-employed, there's some challenges there too. And obviously, if you want to increase your income, you've got to increase your productivity, increase the number of products you sell, or increase your services, etc. There's also, you could become a property owner, rent out properties, earn income that way. Lots of different ways to do it. Now, what I love about the Lifewave business model is, one, it doesn't cost a lot of money to get started. If you look at any other business, the business that I teach people for, they require 55,000 Rand to do what I do. Well, one part of what I do. And that can be quite a lot of money for people to get set up in business. Then they still have to find a place to work. They still have to find the equipment to work with. With this business, you can get started from anywhere between, say, 2,500 Rand. I'm sorry if there's anybody here in a different currency, up to whatever $1,750 is in Rands. It's like a lot. But it's still less than 50,000 Rand. You can't start most businesses for that amount of money. So it really is, I mean, there's 4 different ways you can get enrolled with Lifewave, but it really is an amazing way to get started in your own business. And it's very minimal capital investment. Then your overheads, your monthly overheads are also minimal. It's really just have a telephone. Most of the time now, we do everything via WhatsApp and emails. So you just need Wi-Fi or data. You don't even need a phone account anymore because we hardly ever use normal phones to phone each other. It's all via WhatsApp. So your overheads are very minimal. Maybe have a Zoom account, but that's also not necessary when you get started because you can do it via your phone, via WhatsApp videos. Yes, in order to stay active and to have a business, you're required to use and purchase patches every month. That makes sense. Why would you be in business and not be using your own product? And if you are at a core level, you're required to have purchase 1 sleeve per month. It can be any sleeve. And if you're advanced or premium level, then you're required to purchase 2 sleeves per month. And then, and for that, you can now start earning an income. I mean, it's like, and within a few months, if you are willing to talk to people, the income you start to receive from Lifewave starts paying for your patches anyway. So you really have hardly any expense. I mean, it's like, it's such an amazing business model. I keep on saying that because I've like been in business and corporate. So I'm like, I'm so excited about this business model. The other thing is you can build a business globally. What business can you build globally from your house, in front of your laptop or your phone? You have global reach because you can introduce people in any of the 75 countries that Lifewave is presently in. And so you now have a global international business. Also, as you build your teams and your network, you now have the opportunity to create a business that's going to generate ongoing income for you. And it's increasing all the time because we all share in the point values. They all trickle through our networks that every month it increases because more people are coming in, more people are using products, more people are introducing more people, and so it grows exponentially. That's also unheard of in normal business. Like normal business is like, for me, to just use mine as an example, I did a class, I received the money, now I have to go find new people for another class. There wasn't like, oh, they're going to come, because they're not going to come to the same class again. I mean, sometimes they do, but it's like once a year, not all the time. So this is now where you start creating a generative income that you introduced a person to this business and they start changing their lives either from a health perspective or a wealth perspective or both. And you don't have to go and get another one. Does that make sense? To replace that one. So it's always increasing and every month, which is really cool. Then, so it's global, online. You don't have to handle stock. You can if you want to. You can hold stock and you can sell it retail, no problem. And then you receive profit share. But pretty much everybody registers their own account. They do their own order. They make their own payments and they receive delivery to their homes. So you're not holding stock. You're not having to do delivery. You don't have to handle people's payments. If as a brand partner, you have 30 days to do a return and Lifewave will do the refund. So you don't have to handle that either. You can have preferred customers. If you have people that are not interested in actually building a business, you can have preferred customers and then they can sign up either as a preferred customer or as a preferred customer plus. The differences are available. The explanations are available on the Lifewave website. And there is, in the training, it will show you the difference. And then those customers can sign up on a subscription order. So that means that every month their order goes through, they get home delivery, don't have to worry about whether they're going to run out of stock or not, or patches. It gets delivered to them once a month, and they can keep going. We can do that too, by the way. You can also sign up it's like buffering. Sign up on a subscription and receive your patches every month. Then weekly income. I know I say this every time. It's my favorite because you get paid every week, which is pretty cool. It's like, then you don't like have that whole thing where you run out of money before you run out of month, because you're always having money always comes in every week, which is pretty fun. What else is cool about this business model? Oh, you get to build some amazing relationships and you meet new people. And as our businesses get better and we start going on the incentive trips, we get to meet each other in person and go play with each other in very fun destinations. We have a incentive trip that's just been posted to go to Croatia in March. And you can qualify between now and February. We'll repost the details of that as well. And you earn points over the next few months. And if you earn enough points, your flights are paid for, your accommodations paid for. And if you earn a little bit more, your spouses or partners' flights and accommodation are paid for. So that's pretty fun to work for that. So then you get free trips. And I don't remember my company that I worked for ever giving me a free trip. So this is pretty exciting. What else are the benefits? Oh, and you can go on holiday and, there's still people purchasing product. And so your expenses may go up, but your income goes up as well. So does anybody have any questions with regards to the business and maybe about the binary system? Does everybody understand what a binary system is? Because this is how we build our teams and our networks, is in what's called a binary system. Okay, so Kurt, you're shaking your head. Okay, so basically, Malika introduced you, is that correct? Okay, so Deb is above me, Candace is above Deb. Candace has 2 legs. We're all in her left leg, and then she has another team in her right leg. Now, the people in this left team are all building into the left leg. Then she introduced Deb, then she introduced me. I introduced Malika, she introduced you. So now what happens is that Malika is in my left leg, and then I started another right leg. So we have 2 legs. Now the left leg, everybody above me builds into this left leg. The right leg, I started on my own, and then the people I put into this leg start putting people into that leg. And then they start their other legs. So basically everybody's building 2 legs. 1 leg is fed by the people above them. The second leg, they start on their own. Okay, so that's how, but there's like, no, it doesn't look like this because, some people do more than others and some people do nothing. So they might just be like part of the business, but not building side legs, whatever. So does that make sense? So it doesn't have a structure that you can look at because it kind of all goes off in different directions depending on what's happening. That's called a binary system. Now, what happens is every patch has a product value attached to it. So X39 and X49 has 77 point value attached, and all the supplementary patches are 55 points. Now, what happens is when people purchase the products, you get points added. Those points get added up and they trickle up to the people above you. And every time and below you. So when you have, say, 330 points on one leg and 660 points on the other leg, it's actually, when you add it up, it's called business volume. So you'll see in your back office, it'll be reflected as BV for business volume. You will receive $50, and it's called a cycle bonus. Then as that volume increases and you get another round of 330, 660, you get another $50. And every time you cycle and get another 330, 660, you get another $50. And your cycle bonuses are paid from, the cycle runs from Monday morning to Sunday night. If there's any unused points that didn't, because it's not always exactly 330, 660, then the volume that's left, that's not used, rolls over into your next week. And then the volume from that week gets added on, and then you get your cycle bonuses, and then it starts again on Monday. So that's how you earn cycle bonuses. Then there's what's called a matching bonus, and the people that you've personally introduced to the business start receiving $50 on their cycle bonuses, and every time they cycle through, you earn a matching bonus of 25% of their bonus. Then when the people that they've introduced start receiving cycle bonuses, you receive 20%, and the third level, you receive 20% as well. With that, you're required to receive second level bonus matching bonuses, you're required to be a manager and be receiving 6 cycles yourself through your business. And for the third level to receive matching bonuses there, you're required to have 10 cycles. So it sounds very complicated in the beginning, but if you have a look at the PDF chart, you'll see what that looks like. And there's also videos on how the compensation plan works in the training material too, and you can watch those videos. There's also introductory bonuses. So when you introduce somebody to Lifewave, if they sign up on core, you receive $35. It's a once-off bonus. If they sign up on advanced, I think it's $75. And if they sign up on premium, I think it's $405. I think that's correct, but we'll just check that. If somebody signs up on core and then wants to upgrade to advanced, you'll get paid the difference between the advanced introductory bonus and the core introductory bonus. So you'll get paid the difference of that. The reason why it's a good idea to enroll people on core, advanced, or premium is because they get a discount on the price of the product. So you can sign someone up with just a $25 starter sign up amount. It's $25 to get your account with Lifewave. And then they can just order one patch. They can do that, no problem, if that's where they are financially. Always, meet people where they're at. If they're at that level that they just want to get started, they're not ready financially to do core, advanced, or premium, it's fine. You sign them up for $25, let them buy one sleeve of patches or 2 if they like, and then they can always upgrade later. You don't receive any introductory bonuses, though, if they don't sign up on core, advanced, or premium. So just know that if they sign up with it just $25 and they just order a patch, there's no sign-up bonus for that. But when they upgrade, then you'll receive the bonus then. What else can I tell you? Any questions on that? It's a lot in the beginning. It takes a while. You have to see it a few times before it kind of sinks in. So it's product introductory bonus. Sorry, Deb?
No, I just wanted to say you explain it really well, Jen.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you really do. You explain it really well. Thank you. I do understand it, but I know for new people, it can be a bit daunting, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So Jen explains it really well, guys, really well.
Thanks. Thank you. So you get your sign-up bonus, you get cycle bonuses, you get matching bonuses. And there is other bonuses after that, but we'll talk about that some other time because it's not really necessary right now. Now, the strategy to build a business, Bev?
Jen, when will the recording be available?
For tonight's thing, I can put it in about half an hour. After.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Then the strategy for building a business is first of all to go for what's called manager. When you go for manager, the qualifying criteria are: 1, you do 55 personal PV per month. Let me just, before I tell fibs, wait. Let me just check I got all my ducks in a row here. Two seconds. Yeah, of course I've let me just check. I got the product introductory bonus correct. Found that one. That's a good start.
I just put the link for the Croatia trip in our group, Jen, for
Thanks,
everybody.
Awesome. Okay, so for manager, sorry, it's 110 PV, which means 2 sleeves per month. And then a lifetime PV of 300. So now if you didn't sign up if you signed up before the new enrollment packs, once you get to 300 point value, which can be done over 3, 4, 5, 6 months, then that lifetime PV is met. That criteria is met. You do 110 rolling PV, which means every 31 days you have 110 rolling PV, which is basically 2 sleeves. And can it be 2 sleeves of anything? Because obviously X39, X49 is 77 PV and supplementary patches are 55 PV. So it's quite easy to make your 110 every month. And if you're single and you're only using X39, get a few preferred customers, because the volume from your preferred customers gets added to your personal volume. So that's another way of making sure you get your 110 PV every month. Then you have 2 personally sponsored active brand partners with a minimum life PV of 180. Oh, no, this has changed. In your left leg. Hold on. I know that was changed. Give me 2 secs. Dun, dun, dun. My apologies. I should have had this ready before I got started. Bad brand partner.
Judgment.
You know what? You can't fire me. So you just have to put up with it. Look at that.
I love it so much.
Okay, here we go. So manager status. Have you either signed up on advanced package or you have a lifetime PV of 300. Then you enroll people on the left and you enroll people on your right. So on your left leg, you must have 2 personal active brand partners doing 180 PV, and on your right leg the same. And that's how you can become a manager. So that's like the strategy, is to do build managers. Then from there.
Sorry, Jen, is that the 180 PV, is that lifetime PV or is that a month? Yeah, is that monthly?
It's in total. Yeah, it's 180 PV lifetime. So that's like they've got 180 over a few months.
Okay.
That now is a lifetime. Yeah.
Okay. Per person you enroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then to go director is to have 2 people on the left, brand partners, 2 people on the right, brand partners, and 1 manager left, 1 manager right. And then you qualify as a director. So I would suggest those are the first 2 targets that you aim for when you get started, is to like, okay, I'm going to go manager. And then of the people that you've personally enrolled, find out there who's ready to go manager. Not everybody's ready to go manager straight away. So you just find the ones that are saying, oh, I'm ready to go manager. And then you work with them and then help them become manager. And you basically, Harvey, who's part of our upline and leads this organization, always says, become a manager making machine. Because when you help people go manager, they can do it again, and they can do it again, and they can do it again, and they can help other people do it. And that's how we actually get this business to grow using that strategy. Okay. Any questions around that?
No, that was well explained.
Cool.
I have always felt that learning curve is the most beautiful part of getting anything started, because I've been listening over and over for how this works. And I think this is the first time I'm understanding how to get to manager. Can you believe that? Thank you very much, Jenny.
You're welcome.
Jenny, she's our gal.
Yeah, but what I understand, because it was hard for me too in the beginning to like get my head wrapped around what to do. I used to, in the beginning, I would practice getting my enrollment link. So I'd go onto the website and like try and remember, how do I get my enrollment link? Oh yeah, organization, enroll new, copy that link, and then I'd put it into the next tab, and I would click on it so that I could see what screens were coming up, so that I could see how to talk to people when they were getting registered. And I did that a few times to like, so that I could so I could learn how to do it. And it's very much a learn as you go business. So that's why don't ever feel like you need to know everything up front. I mean, we don't even have to really understand stem cells, except there's a few things to, okay, I'm going to digress now and go somewhere else. And I just had a download of a whole ton of information. My tongue doesn't work fast enough to get it all out. Okay, does anybody have any questions about going manager or director? It's a lot of fun to go manager. I was actually very interested in how excited I was when I made manager. I'm going, wow, I haven't been this excited about an achievement for a while. It was quite funny.
That's exactly how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, when you're in business for yourself, there's no one really to say, oh, you did it. But with Lifewave, you make manager and everybody's so excited for you. It was pretty cool. Okay, cool. All right, so now I'm talking to people. So this is like, everything else is like pretty groovy with this business until you've got to talk to people. And then it's like, oh, and it's like, oh, yes, I know I want to speak to this person. And then you like think about picking up the phone, you're going, oh no. And then your mind starts playing with you, right? What are they going to say? What are they going to think about me? Are they going to understand what I'm talking about? Do they really need it? Maybe they don't have enough money. And you could like think of all these reasons and excuses for why not to talk to them instead of all the reasons why you should be talking to them. Don't listen to your mind when it starts prejudging and trying to figure out what to say and stuff like that. There's a few things that I would suggest. One, always ask people what they know about stem cells, because if you can't get people to twig on stem cells, the rest of the information doesn't really make any difference, because people need to understand the importance of stem cells. So there's a few things, and I read up a few times about stem cells because my memory is shocking for stuff like that. So I have to read it over and over a few times. But here's what I personally do, and I'm not saying this is how you must do it, but I'm just giving you some ideas. Study a little bit about stem cells, read up about them. Know that when your body's cells, they die off, and so the cell duplicates, and then that cell dies off, and what is it? It's a process. It's got a fancy name. I can't remember. The cell duplicates, right? But now what happens is if the cells become damaged or injured or compromised in any way, what's happening is that cell dies, but the DNA, the blueprint of that cell is going into the next cell. But if it's a damaged cell, it's duplicating damaged cells, and then it becomes more and more damaged. So what the stem cells do is they know, oh, there's an injury, there's a healing that needs to take place, and the stem cells they can travel anywhere around the body, and they go to that part of the body, and they give it like, I'm going to call like the original blueprint. So it's a healthy cell that can adapt to that area of the body. So when it gets to, say it's the liver cells that are damaged, when it gets to the liver cells, it then changes into a healthy liver cell. And that's how then the body can heal itself. So that's why stem cells are very important to the body. The other thing you need to know about stem cells is that from the age of 29, 30, that's the time when you have the maximum amount of stem cells. And after that, they start going dormant. So by the time you get to age 60, you have hardly any active stem cells in your body anymore, which is why we start aging after the age of 30. Our physical fitness starts changing. And when we hurt ourselves as we get older, it takes longer to repair and heal. Or you'll notice you start getting aches and pains or things like that. So that's the importance of stem cells. Now, when you talk to people about stem cells, they start thinking, oh, I'm about to turn 60, or, oh, I still got lots to do and I want to be fit, or, oh, now I know why that hasn't healed properly. Do you know what I mean? Things start to fall in place, and you start getting these little bursts of awareness. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I've got a cat that sounds like he's caught something, and please let him not bring some live thing into my house. Okay, so now that's the stem cell thing. Then start talking to people and saying, we're getting remarkable changes. People are seeing changes. I mean, if you've got your own personal testimony, that is amazing, because now you've got a personal story to tell people of how X39 has changed your life. And then you start talking about the benefits, like people are getting changes with autoimmune diseases and diabetes and arthritis and all kinds of stuff. And you'll notice that suddenly somebody will say, oh, but I've got this, or oh, my sister's got that, or oh, my auntie's got this. Do you know what I mean? They'll start being, oh, now they're connecting stem cells, X39, and what's going on with people's bodies. And you'll start getting like a match, right? There's like a link up there. So then you say, okay, cool. Is there anything with your own body that you would like to take care of? And is there anybody in your close environment, like friends and family, that could benefit from this? Can I send you some more information so that you can do your research? And then you can also let them know that there's a business side to it as well. And you can say to them, and you can also create a business with us. We don't have to talk about that now, but know that there is that possibility that you can have a business with it as well. And most of the time people say to me, yes, I'm very interested because I've got this, and this going on with my body or my auntie, uncle, whatever. And I have actually been asking for additional income. It's so amazing because, you know, obviously when people are saying, oh, I really would like an additional income, you know, they say that when the student appears, when the student arrives, when the student appears, the teacher arrives or something like that. It's because you've put that message out to the universe, I'd like an additional income. And then, you know, obviously then it's called serendipity or synchronicity or something like that, but there's an energetic match. So, and then once and these meetings only need to take 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't need to be long. And then you can say, okay, cool. I'm going to send you some information. Can we book a time for a follow-up call in, say, 2 to 3 days? Please write down all your questions, and then I'll answer all the questions that you have in a couple of days' time, and you book your next meeting. Sometimes people are okay with that. Sometimes people are not. It's totally fine. Then you can just say, okay, I'll give you a call in a couple of days and see where you're at and whether you're ready to chat some more or whether we need to just leave it for another couple of days. So always leave the door open for people. Don't kind of close them in, because that's, you know, when people start feeling like, oh no, you're starting to like push me or get too strong, you know, people back off when that occurs. And there's like, you've got to figure out for yourself, where is that sweet spot between when you're encouraging people to take the next call and where you're not actually pushing them into something. Do you know what I mean? But that will come with time and with experience as you start working with people and developing relationships. So that's talking to people. And again, the biggest issue with that is what's going on in your head. So, you know, because it's like, when you're like, I mean, it's like so organic, right? You hear of something, somebody say such and such, and go, oh, I can speak to them about Lifewave. And then the minute it comes to picking up the phone or saying, you know, can we have a chat? The mind goes. So watch out for that. And what I suggest, this is what I do when I like get into that mind mess, is like I go, make one more phone call, send one more message, just do one more. And also what I've personally noticed is sending text information hasn't worked for me. What works for me is saying, hey, and if it's somebody you chat to often, you say, hey, I want to have a chat to you about something. Do you have time for a call? And you book a time and send a Zoom link, or you do via WhatsApp video or whatever. But I like seeing the person if possible. And then what did I want to say about that? Yeah. So try and get face-to-face meetings either via Zoom, WhatsApp video, or in person. You could try doing the text thing and see it might work for you. It hasn't personally worked for me. You know, if I send a lot of information, hey, what do you know about stem cells? And did you know this? And did you know at 60? And blah, 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 crickets most of the time. But try it. It might work for you. You never know. We all have our own sweet spots. Do you know what I mean? What works for us and what doesn't work for us. So you need to play with this and see how it goes. What else can I chat to you about? Any questions? Cool. So don't let your mind get in the way. And if you like, and most people want to dip their toes in, they say, okay, let me try 1 or 2 people and see how it goes. Which is fine, except for the 1 or 2 people that say, no, thank you. And then you get disappointed. And because you're disappointed, you don't want to speak to anybody else again. Just be aware of that. It's like, no, yes, no, yes. It's a bit of an oxymoron. No, yes. There are going to be some no's. there are going to be some people that are going to ignore you and ghost you. There are going to be some people that even say to you, wow, I'm so sorry you have to do this, which I've had that somebody said to them, we're so sorry you have to do this kind of business. I'm going, have you seen this business model? It's like, anyway, so don't let other people's points of view take away your motivation for sharing this business with people. You could talk to 10 people and have one person say yes, and have one person change their lives with their, relieve symptoms or even have healing or whatever it is. Remember, we can't guarantee people's healings or even guarantee what's going to change with people's bodies. But if like Kurt, I know I've used you a lot this evening, but like for you, how life-changing it's been for you already. If Malika had said, oh no, the first few people have said no to her, and now she's demotivated and disappointed with the results and not spoken to you, that would have been such a pity. Do you know what I mean? So,
exactly.
So
In
no,
fact,
yeah,
I actually thanked her yesterday, because I experienced some more, let's call it profound improvements or changes.
yeah,
And then I actually told her, thank you so much for bringing this to me, because these patches are just amazing.
yeah,
It's like, I mean, I think my body has never been better already, and I
yeah,
still have a way to go, to fix it. So
yeah,
yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So hold that in your hearts when you're talking to people. Even if people are judging you, even if people are saying no, even if people are ignoring you, it doesn't matter. Make one more call. Reach out to one more person. You don't know whose life you're going to change. And also, it's not just health. Remember, it's finances as well. People are struggling out there. There's the after effects of lockdown and COVID are starting to come through now economically in the world. People are looking for something else. So please, please, please talk to as many people as you can, because you are changing lives. Don't let other people's points of view steal your dream about your own personal life and what you would like to change for your life. And recognize that one more call can be life-changing for someone. Deb?
I just wanted to share what one of the things that we heard at a convention this weekend, which was very powerful for me actually. And it was so funny because Candace was already there and I had written this down, and 2 seconds later she sent it to me and I just started laughing. It says, no matter how many times we fail, we only need to get it right once. It boosts your confidence. When someone says, of course I'm interested, I'll tell you, I went this afternoon to a friend that I haven't seen her for ages. And I was like, I live up down the road from her. I said, are you home? She's like, yes. We're the most wonderful. She knows about stem cells. They've been looking for something. So I'm like, I'm going to send you all the information. Take your time. We had a lovely chat. It was an hour and a half I was with her. Just connect with people. And I like, there are ways to connect, but I like a face-to-face. I really, really do. I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah.
So, and also what I wanted to say, Jen, and I'm sure you'll say it, but I'm just going to compliment it as well. We have an amazing team. The most supportive, loving, caring, non-judgmental, just wanted to see you do well, just want to promote this amazing product and what's to come, because you guys don't know what's to come. We do. We were at the convention.
There's amazing stuff coming. Yeah.
So it's so exciting. I feel like I've had a whole new reawakening with this. This last weekend was just, and it's true. Just make that one more call.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then go for a walk and just stay in gratitude. Just say thank you for this amazing thing that's come and landed in our aura here. It's just incredible, guys.
Yeah.
Just reach out to people. Honestly, reach out. I speak to Jenny twice a day, but just reach out. Don't feel like you lost ever.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty easy to add into your life. So like if you're going for a walk, you can still be saying, hey, we haven't chatted for ages. I'd love to catch up. And there's something that I'd like to chat to you about that I think you might be interested in. Do you have time for a call in a few days or in the next couple of days? You can do that while you're walking. You can do that while you're waiting for somebody at a coffee shop. You can do that while you're in a break somewhere. You just have to do, like, if you've got a quick minute, just do one. Do you know what I mean? And then by the time you've like had these quick minutes, you like have done 3 or 5 during the day. And then you get to book your appointments and stuff. It doesn't take up a huge amount of time. It really doesn't take a huge amount of time. And most of your initial meetings are like 10 to 15 minutes anyway to establish whether there's a resonance or not, or a need. So you don't have to give up what you're doing right now. You can just slot it in between everything. If you want to watch excerpts from the conference this weekend, it is up on YouTube. The training is on YouTube that This Is It team did. It's not always everybody's cup of tea because it's a lot of rah-rah and a lot of excited voices, but they do give you a lot of very good information about how to build this business. So if you can see past that, it's fine. What else?
Jen, I also think that Nicole Malachowski was very powerful. And if they can, there was
No, tell the story, go for it.
Okay, so she's a pilot, a fighter pilot, and she flew for the Thunderbirds. And I don't know if anybody knows what the Thunderbirds are, but they are precision. Sorry, there's bugs flying around me. I don't do bugs well, guys, and I literally live in the mountains. So she spoke to us for about an hour. So go and look for that, Nicole Malachowski. I'm sure they provided the convention. Guys, she was so inspiring, and just the way she talks and the way she is. And Jen and I both loved, she's got this amazing picture of her and her husband, go away, her and her husband, both in fighter jets, both of them.
Yeah.
So she was so inspiring. I'm inspired by her. So watch the conference.
Yeah.
Just watch it. Take your time. There was a lot of information. But sure, man, it was amazing. But she was powerhouse.
Yeah.
Powerhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to follow her.
Be brave.
Thank you for everything.
Be brave. Know that you're gifting and blessing people with this information, even if they're not ready for it right now. In 6 months' time, you don't know how their lives have changed. And they'll suddenly remember, oh, yes, such and such spoke to me about stem cells. Such and such told me about extra income. I'm going to get back to them. So always keep doors open. Always let people know they're welcome to come back to you at any time, even if they're not ready for it right now. Thanks, Deb. And have fun. It's like if you can get over worrying about what other people think, you can have a lot of fun with this business. And if you're frustrated, you're probably not talking to enough people. That's all I can say. You're like dipping your toe in and like trying to do the onesies and twosies. It can be frustrating like that. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it. Of course, you can do it that way too. But if you find that you're getting a bit demotivated and there's not enough activity, then speak to more people every day. That would be my recommendation, because that enhances the energy level and gets everything moving and going.
And come on to the Zooms.
And come on to Zooms. Yes, thanks, Bev. So we have, this team has a presentation Zoom on Tuesday evenings at 7 o'clock. And the other team, Candace's other leg, have lots of other Zoom calls. Their main one is on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. You're welcome to join that too. Those links are in the WhatsApp groups. And then every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we're doing orientation and training. So invite people to this orientation so that your new people can ask questions about how to get started and whatever, if they don't quite understand something, this is a great platform. Next week, Candace is going to be on the call. She's flying back as we speak to Johannesburg. So she should be here tomorrow, but she'll be on the calls next week. So she'll have a lot of exciting information because she's just been on that conference overseas. So I think she'll be a little bit excited. Hopefully she hasn't turned into those big rah-rah excited people. You never know. But anyway, let's
Oh
see.
my God, no.
That would be funny, right?
No,
Like,
it's
of
interesting
everybody.
because so this whole conference was called Be the Light. And if Candace is not a big light, then I don't know who is, honestly. She
Yeah.
is a light.
But
And
it's so amazing, right? She always used to say, share the light. I mean, she always, before we even joined Lifewave, the way we know her,
Yeah.
it was always about light. So when Lifewave came along, it was like, oh, that's what I was, aware of. So
yeah.
So
Stunning. Thanks,
thank
Jen.
you so much for being here, everybody. If you have any questions, please put them in the Lifewave 2.0 abundance group, and we will answer whatever questions you have there. Or you're welcome to phone the people and chat to the people that introduced you, or even us. You're very welcome.
Yeah.
We work for you.
Thanks so much, Jenny.
Pleasure.
An awesome session. Very informative. Yeah.
Awesome.
And well explained.
And
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank
and
you.
we'll meet you soon on one of the incentive trips.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Cool. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Okay,
Bye.
thanks
Thank
everyone.
you.
Okay.